Thank you, ma'am. Meera ma'am, we were discussing about how technology is impacting and changing things, how students have changed, which is a known fact. Let me bring the conversation to you about teachers and their conversations with students. And what is your takeaway? What is your experience on it? Are teachers right now correctly being equipped to change with the students for online practices?
In fact, I just go back to yesterday, and if you all remember, Divya began by saying that, okay, I'm going to talk about technology, but the most important person in the school is the teacher. And I think we begin with that. Whenever I'm asked to speak on something, I like to take something I don't know anything about. Because then I tend to read on it, I tend to learn, and I think that's the way I grow as well. So when I got this message saying you've got to speak on communication and collaboration online,
my class, because I really don't have time. The timetable only allows me an X amount. I'm sure all of us as educationists, we've all been educationists, and our educationists have asked this question. So the panel discussion that I'd like today, to be very candid, because we're going to be discussing not so much of what you really do in the classroom, but how to take our classrooms really into the 21st century. Which means, what has been our challenges? So I think the first round that I'd like everyone to discuss really are what are your challenges that stops you from actually making that leap? So Mrs. Pollard, can I start with you, please?
Good morning, everybody. Nothing really stops us, but the human factor, that is the teacher, who is today from the 19th, 20th century, and we are hoping to move into the 21st century. We're already halfway there, but we are unable to get the teacher's mindset to change to move into the 21st century. Yes, EduComp has brought in the technology into the classroom.
Chair, and she said, climb my chair. I did it 2-3 times again. She sat down and she says, come here, baby, I'll tell you what is the difference. I didn't know that she wasn't around when I had asked her, and she had quietly come and sat down in the class. She said, Rita, when you're...
You are the nation builders. The government can only formulate policy. The translation of the policy of the government is purely depending upon your commitment.
Can you explain it in better words, more relevant to
One point raised by the panelist. The best teachers are available in the government sector, but they don't perform. This is an indication of our social commitment. As a society, are we a honest society? As a society, what we need to look in within us. How can we develop our society? How can we transform our society? How can we develop vision? How can we help our youngsters to achieve their objectives in life? These challenges